Hey Browns fans, Nathan Zegura here with the offensive line position preview edition of the 2-Minute Drill brought to you by University Hospitals. This group under the tutelage of offensive line coach Bill Callahan, arguably the best offensive line coach in our great league's history, and assistant offensive line coach Scott Peters is poised to be a strength of the Browns once again. Continuity and depth, those are the two themes. Only one starter from last year is not back this year, and you've got guys behind your starters who have started games in the NFL. So it's a great combination for Bill Callahan, a great combination for Kevin Stefanski, because as we know, you need a lot of bodies at that position. The Browns not only have a lot of talent and depth, they have elite talent in the offensive line room. We'll start with Jedrick Wills, the Browns' first-round pick in 2020. Battled through some injuries a year ago, but is healthy and has had a great start to his offseason. Next to him is the great Joel Bitonio, the longest-tenured Brown. Signed a big extension, and of course he deserves it. He'll be with the Browns for a long, long time. Why? Because all he does is go out there and dominate week in and week out, year in and year out. Last year, first-team All-Pro, went to the Pro Bowl. Of course he went to the Pro Bowl. He's gone there 4 straight years. He's either been second team or first team All-Pro 4 straight seasons, and last year was Pro Football Focus's #1 graded guard for the year. And heck, when he had to kick out to left tackle a couple of games, he was a top 3 graded left tackle in the NFL. A very special player. Now, in the middle of the Browns' offensive line, that's where the one changes. Nick Harris, the team's 5th-round pick a couple of years ago, he moves into the starting lineup, and he's gotten a lot of work already this offseason, but he used to get a lot of work in the past seasons as well. J.C. Tretter would not always participate in some of the offseason program due to injuries with his knee, and that guy was as tough as nails, believe me, and he will be missed. But Nick Harris is ready, and we got a taste of that against the Green Bay Packers last year on Christmas Day. 42 pass blocking snaps in that game. 0 pressures allowed by Nick Harris. And I can tell you he has been here all offseason working on his body, getting stronger, getting faster to take on this role. And I think the coaches are very excited, and so am I, for Nick Harris to get this opportunity. To his right, Wyatt Teller, another big-time guard. Another guy under contract with the Browns for a long, long time, and that is a very, very good thing. Teller, second-team All-Pro for the 2nd straight year last year. He made the Pro Bowl for the first time in 2021, and he's been a top 5 guard at Pro Football Focus in each of the last 2 seasons. Rounding out the Browns' starting offensive line, we hope to have Jack Conklin back. I can tell you his rehab is going very well here, but we have not yet seen him practice with the Browns, and hopefully we'll get a chance to see that prior to week #1 in Carolina. But Conklin, in his last full season in 2020, he was the All-Pro right tackle in the National Football League, so he is elite. He's been a first-team All-Pro twice now in his young career, and it'll be great to get him back. So that's your starters: Wills, Bitonio, Harris, Teller, and Conklin, as good as any unit in the NFL. Now let's go to the backups, and we'll start outside. Chris Hubbard is back with the Cleveland Browns, and now he's battled injuries, missed all of 2021 with an injury, but this is a guy who has started 48 games in his NFL career, over 5 positions. He brings valuable veteran knowledge and know-how. Not only that, he started for the Browns, guard, tackle. He's done it all. And then you've got James Hudson, last year's 4th-round pick out of Cincinnati, thrust into action early. He's got a full offseason now under his belt. He will be the other swing tackle for the Cleveland Browns. And Hudson last year played pretty well at times. Now, he appeared in 6 games at left tackle and right tackle, 4 starts on the season. But let's go to week 18. That was his best game. He graded 90 that week and didn't allow a single pressure for the first time all season. In the interior of the offensive line, great depth as well. Ethan Pocic was signed by the Browns this offseason, a former 2nd-round pick of the Seattle Seahawks back in 2017. Pocic has appeared in 57 career games with 40 starts, mostly at center, but also has started some at guard. And then there's Blake Hance. Remember him? The guy who started at tackle last year for the Browns. He started at guard. He's working at center and guard right now in this offseason, but he appeared in 14 games last year, 7 starts at both left tackle and right tackle. And then there's Michael Dunn, who started for the Browns last year as well at left guard, and also had to fill in, remember, for Joel Bitonio in the 2020 playoff win over the Pittsburgh Steelers, and did a great job against Cam Hayward. So we're already 10 deep, and it's pretty darn good for the Cleveland Browns. Guys who can play on the outside. outside, guys who can play on the inside, veterans, people who have started. Every single one of our top 5 backups have started in the NFL. 2 of them have started 30 games or more. Rounding out the offensive line room. It's going to be a tough competition to make this roster, but here are some of the names to pay attention to. You've got Dawson Deaton, the Browns' 7th round pick out of Texas Tech. He was a 3-year starter there, 2-time second team All Big 12. Then there's Drew Forbes, the Browns' 6th round pick back in 2019. We haven't seen him since 2019. He opted out for COVID in 2020, missed all of 2021 with the season, but a big, strong guy. Then there's Yelda Froholt, the 4th round pick of the New England Patriots back in 2019, was on the Browns roster and practice squad in 2021, has some experience now in our system, and he's a guy that the coaches I know like very, very much. You also have guard David Moore, an undrafted free agent out of Grambling State, center Brock Hoffman, an undrafted free agent from Virginia Tech. So that's kind of the interior backups. On the outside, the tackle position, the big 6'8" Alex Taylor, who spent 2021 on the Browns practice squad and appeared on the active roster for a game but did not get any snaps in that one. He's been in the program for a couple years, was also on the practice squad in 2020. As I said, he is 6'8", played hoops and football at South Carolina State, and the Browns trying to turn him into a big-time tackle here. He is joined by Elijah Nkansa, an undrafted free agent out of Toledo who's been around the league on practice squad since 2018, spending time with Tennessee, Seattle, Houston, Indy, the Jets, and the Browns. He's appeared in 1 career game. And then finally, Ben Petrula, an undrafted free agent this year out of Boston College. So this is a room with a lot of names in it. I think the top 5 is as good as any top 5 in the league. The top 10 is as good as any top 10 in the league. So a lot of depth and a lot of talent, as we said, for Bill Callahan. For the rest of the Browns position previews, be sure to check out our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Browns. And for the latest on your Browns, keep it tuned to cleanbrowns.com and the Browns mobile app. This has been the offensive line position preview edition of the 2-Minute Drill, brought to you by University Hospitals.